I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Women are trust fund babies when it comes to the sexual marketplace. What do I mean by this? I mean women get their value up front. They get their money up front. It's on them how the fuck they want to spend their money. So if they want to take their prime years, we know this from statistical fact, from 18 to 24 is when women are the most desirable to men universally. That's a fact, okay? If a woman wants to take that 6-year prime and go ahead and take 6...
This is Mongolian Mindset, and today we're going to be breaking down Myron Gaines, one of the most controversial people on YouTube. He runs the Fresh and Fit podcast with Fresh, and he's fit, but Myron Gaines. So we're going to be breaking him down today, and we're going to be figuring out his personality type. You guys know we run Linda Barrens Metrics, Temperament and Interaction Styles. We're going to look at an interview with him at PPD, and we're going to figure out his personality type. So let's go ahead and get into it. And if you want to be typed by us, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and join our Facebook group or Discord and message Cody with your availability. But make sure you're subscribed, and we will get you typed.
Did you ever think you would make it?
And I think by far we're the best. We're the best online when it comes to typing. I don't care what no one says. We are the best. Put them up against anybody. I don't care.
Take sweet victory. I know this life meant for me.
All right, PPD, I don't need you.
Turkish President Erdogan, political opponents from posting on the site. The increasingly authoritarian leader won re-election after a contested vote, which is devastating to people in Turkey. Elon Musk Neuralink wins FDA approval for human study of brain implants. Mark Cuban's talking shit about Elon Musk. We'll get into that. Job market, more high school grad forego college in the hot labor market, and America's biggest source of
and they're able to
sleep quality, getting sunlight exposure, and taking vitamin D supplements, consuming omega-3 fish fatty acids, and engaging in strength training exercises. Last night, I had a great time with these guys at Fresh and Fit with Myron. You guys are freaking amazing at what you do. Myron, what do you think about this story? Masturbation, porn, testosterone level. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. And I was actually just writing some notes as you were speaking about it. I would say there's a couple of things that are contributing to this. One is women are more successful now than ever before. So a lot of guys feel like they can't compete or they can't measure up. You got, an influx of pornography that's huge. You can get it for free anywhere, anytime on your phone at the, drop of a hat. Video games, right, become more and more immersive, more and more interactive. They've grown in popularity significantly. It's probably one of the most popular ways of entertainment nowadays. They're beating out movies and television. Then you got obesity, right? Being fat is fairly acceptable in the West nowadays. It's okay to be fat.
Talking about being fat is fairly acceptable. That could be FE there. He knows social norms and understands them.
You also have guys in general that are just lazy. Thanks to the technology and everything else that we have nowadays, people aren't as social. Guys don't feel the need to get out there and get to know women anymore. A lot of guys are
people feel that's FE.
Socially awkward. This is through the rise of social media, dating apps, etc. There's a lot of guys that have issues, right, where they're good-looking guys and they're able to garner attention from women, but they don't know how to speak or convey themselves properly because they don't have the adequate social skills where they've been speaking to people for a good amount of time and learning, certain social cues, how to speak properly, cadence, speaking from an active voice versus a passive voice when speaking to women, because women typically respond very favorably to the active voice versus the passive voice. So all these little things, right, might seem like small little insulated incidents, but if you add them all together, it snowballs and creates kind of what we have, like what they call it the lost part.
So he's talking about the progression there. And that was more of an NE approach to things. It wasn't just one thing, it's a multitude of things. So I'm here for SINE.
Generation. So in general, all of these things play into, and there's more too, but those are just some of the ones I could think off the top of my head.
Tom, from your, very insightful, by the way. And if you are not familiar with Fresh and Fit, I'm sure our audience is, because we had Myron on before, and these guys are about to do a live event this Friday from 6 to 10 p.m. at the 5990 Live building. If you want to find out more about the tickets, so we're going to put the link below, Rob5990live.com. This Friday, Adam, Fresh and Fit, very weird dynamic with Tom. There's going to be a lot of ladies there. There's going to be a very different kind of messaging, but you're going to be entertained. And maybe if you brought Tom, that would change
Myron
the dynamics.
and Walt. I'm going to, Tom, no offense, I'm going to pick Walt and Myron over you.
Walt going to be there because Walt is in love. He's going to be there. I don't want
I'm going to drag him away.
I'm not liking this interview. There's too many people in it. I want Myron. So Let me see if this is. Okay, Myron shares his stories he never discussed before. Let's see. How long is this? All right, this is probably better.
Coming to you live from Valuetainment Studios in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Shout out to the audience. Without you guys, we are nobody. We literally wouldn't exist without you guys. Thank you. The only difference between me and you guys is that we say what everybody thinks on a podcast. That's the only difference.
We say what everybody thinks. That's a TE statement.
And shout out to everyone that came through.
Shout out to all y'all, man.
For real, man.
Watching live, here, watching in person. You could be anywhere else, but you're here with us. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Walter, what would you like to add to this?
So honestly, man, I'm surprised you guys are here. You could be anywhere else in the world. You're here for us, man. So shout out to everyone that came through to show some love. And guys, let's have a great show, man.
Let's have a great show. Let's get this thing going. Cool. So, should we introduce the ladies real quick? Should we get to know the ladies real quick? They're on stage. They've been holding their bathroom breaks for quite some time.
Yeah.
So I think what we do here is this. We've got 10 lovely ladies on the stage. We have another dozen or so back into the crowd. Can you see them? We're going to get them on the camera.
Damn, can I just get Myron solo?
Let's introduce the ladies, if you would. Hello, Janelle. Give us your name, your age, what you do for work, and your relationship status. Give us that.
The very thing. It's you got to get your money on point. You got to get in the gym. It's not as simple as saying like, "Hey, you're attractive. Let's do something." It's like you got to build yourself up to a certain point to even be able to have the opportunity and get a chance.
Yep.
So when you started the podcast, that was how long ago? Almost 3 years ago?
Our first episode, I think, was October 26, 2020.
Gotcha. So not even 3 years.
Yeah.
Respect to you guys.
Yeah.
Blew up.
We were still
Shout out
working
to
our
these
regular
guys. Hello.
jobs at the time. Thank you, guys.
When you started the show, you probably had sort of like an assessment of like, all right, I think this is what we're gonna do. This is kind of what I believe. You read The Rational Male. Shout out to Rolo.
Of course.
What did you learn throughout the process of interviewing literally thousands of women, having tons of guests? What did you learn when you're like, now looking back at it, you're like, oh, I had no idea about that. What was that to you?
That's kind of tough, man. I mean, we knew a lot from the beginning, but I would say I had no idea that women did have no clue what men really want. It's kind of like, I knew they weren't really like asking questions to figure out what the man wanted, but to find out from like asking questions ourselves is like, they have no idea what men really want. So that was kind of like a revelation right there for me.
What I learned is, I got a whole list here, but I'll just sum it up. Lack of awareness, delusional of where they really stand in the sexual marketplace as far as like how hot they really are versus how hot they think they are.
They're all 10s, bro. What are you talking
they're
about?
all 10s.
Myron, I'm going to push you on this. They're all 10s.
Queens. Well, when you're drunk enough, yes. Just not really giving a shit about what men want, right? It's kind of like, it's what I want, that's prioritized, and I'm not necessarily going to change or acclimate to what men want. Men should accept me however I come.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of knew these things, but over, we've interviewed now like well over 2,000 girls. It's like, it's very apparent that in the West there's a certain mantra, and then people say, oh, we'll just get educated girls on, or girls that are smarter. Well, typically when women are educated, it allows them to be even more 10 toes down on their delusion, because the more money she has, the more status she has, the more she thinks she qualifies for. But the reality is the things that make a woman attractive are not the same things that make a man attractive. And I think that disconnect is where so many girls are unaware.
Talking about disconnect, that's FE.
Gotcha. So the word that pops up time and time and time again is delusional.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you look at any short clip, delusional girl did this. Delusional 304s did this. Delusional girl gets Frank Castle. Delusion. I feel like as a guy, you kind of know what's up.
Yeah.
Like you know you broke. You know you're not that attractive. You know that you ain't that cool. You know that you need to lose weight. Why do you think women, especially modern women today, are labeled delusional?
Well, as a man, if you're a loser, there's an immediate feedback that you're a loser. The world lets you know. Your peers don't respect you. Girls don't look at you. You're virtually invisible. So you get negative
He's spitting facts. That's T.I.
ramifications for your inadequacies. But as a woman, you don't experience that. It's not until a guy like me comes along and says, you're stupid, or that's not right, or whatever, or challenges you on
You stupid, that's pragmatic. Okay, I'm gonna say that's pragmatic.
Viewpoints, which, let's be honest here, most guys are gonna do that because they're trying to get laid. It's not until that happens that they kind of wake up, and even if it does happen,
what other people want, that's any.
They're gonna go out and say, you're just a misogynist, write you off, and walk away. So women don't necessarily get negative.
It's giving a lot of extra information, informative.
Consequences for poor behavior or poor decisions.
Talking about consequences, that's any.
Until later on in life. At least as a man, you get that punishment up front. If you're a bum, you get reminded every single day that you're a bum until you change. As a woman, if you're a bum, it doesn't matter. You could be waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, be at a party with Future the next day, or later on that night when you have no future, and it is what it is. There's no negative consequences for inadequacies until you get older. That's when women wake up. I've always said, women typically don't wake up until they're buying their own drinks at the bar.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
Yeah, it's true.
Damn. All right, that's TIFE enough for me. I mean, whoa, Myron, you ain't playing, boy. You are just ruthless. My boy is ruthless. So we're going to go ahead and for TIFE there. Okay, he's a TIFE user, so that already eliminates all of the TE users. So with that being said, your TE users like ESTJ, which personality database, the clowns have him as an ESTJ, okay? He's a TIFE user. Did you hear him referencing any sources, anybody, name dropping anything? No. So with that being said, he is not an ESTJ, not a ENTJ, not an ESFP, not an ENFP, not an ISFP, not an INFP, not an INTJ, or ISTJ. Based off that alone, because he's a TI user. And you can reference the nice chart here. We have it in our group, so just join our group. We have it in the PDFs in the top. But let's get back to it.
And if you want to know if you're a bum as a guy, just Myron will let you know. Like, what do you think about Chris?
I mean, I think the audience already knows what time it is with that one. It starts with an L and ends with a Chris, baby. I don't know.
All right, so
Shout out to Chris,
I want to incorporate the women. You took diligent notes. Respect to you guys. If you ladies could go around and use one word to describe Fresh and Fit. How many girls, show of hands, have been on Fresh and Fit's podcast before? 1, 2, 3. I see a lot of hands. I see some hands that are...
Misogyny.
Okay, looks like it's 50-50.
Okay, so 50-50. If you could go around and give one word to describe your experience on the show or your thoughts on these two gentlemen, go ahead. We'll start with you.
Let's hear it.
Keep it a million. We're not gonna.
Keep it a million.
We're not gonna.
He's initiating some more.
Don't be like, they nice. No.
Don't
They
hold back.
nice.
Be honest.
Go
Be
ahead.
honest.
Give one word.
I don't like them.
You don't like them.
That's not one word.
How about this? One sentence, okay?
What the?
2 sentences, not
At least
acceptable.
she's honest.
Alina?
Harmful.
Harmful.
Yes,
Oh,
I do.
shit.
Sometimes taken out of context, but the core I agree with.
Okay. Maria?
Okay.
Cold.
Cold. Let's turn Maria's mic up. She's feeling a little cold out here.
Hello,
Okay. Pretty in pink?
Unique and educational.
Okay. Interesting. Janelle?
Sexy, delightfully refreshing, harsh truth, but reality, and always orgasmic because that's my brand.
She's abstract.
Shout out to this gorgeous girl in the white dress. Somebody wipe her up tonight. How about you in blue?
I would say jarring, for good and for bad. It can make you feel jarring to the point where you want to do better, or it can force you back into more delusion.
Are you an Aussie?
I am, yeah.
Shout out to you. Down under.
I mean, we all know whatever his name is. He initiates a lot. What's his name? Chris? What? Not Chris. I
I
don't know.
love these two. This will be my 4th time on the show. I'm friends with their behind-the-scenes crew, too. I have a lot of respect for them. They opened up my eyes to different viewpoints. I was definitely delusional.
All right, let's get
Chris, they
mine.
might sound. But we don't tell women like you're wrong because we want to fuck them. That's the truth.
Right.
We don't tell women they're wrong because we want to fuck them. Pragmatic.
I mean, like, women don't get negative feedback for being wrong or for poor actions, poor decisions. Rarely, if ever, you know, because we have an entire industry that's predicated on selling to women. So advertisers understand this. It's better to give women comfort comforting lies versus harsh truths. That's how they sell. That's why women control 3/4 of the debt and 80% of the consumer base.
Or that's why there's plus size women on Sports
Facts. T.I.
Illustrated. I just said it. Yes, I did.
For example,
look at the ratio.
For example, when I was in your podcast, I say that for me it's really important in a man that be spiritual, and you funny about me in your podcast, you know. If for you, if this is not important, for me it's important, and you don't respect.
Being what, spiritual?
That's why I say you have to respect other opinions, because if for you a high value man don't need to be spiritual, for me a high value man.
Can you explain what you mean by spiritual?
In the podcast, you say you funny about me because my answer. That's why I say I don't like it, because you doesn't respect another opinion.
Was that me or John? I think you're talking about John with the spirituality.
Yeah, but it's context because, for example, you say spiritual, but the end of the bill is ultimately you have to have some money.
Yeah, what do you mean by spiritual? Are you talking like Aries signs and stuff?
So a good habits, meditation, healthy lifestyle, you know. And when I were talking about that, for you, this is not a high value man. I told you, for you, a high value man is only to have a good position, a good job, or a good money, or a company, you know. But for me, two things are very important. But for you, this is incorrect, you know. That's why I
only
say
women
I don't
get the
like
privilege. Only women get the privilege of, you know, prioritizing spirituality in the hierarchy of being successful, because you guys aren't judged on what you create. You can say some bullshit like I'm an Aries or
he's getting pragmatic.
I'm a Gemini and use that to excuse poor behavior.
And the reason why that's pragmatic is because he's being rebellious. He's being a contrarian here. He doesn't really give a damn.
A bum and I say I'm an Aquarius, they're gonna laugh at me and I'm not gonna be taken seriously. That's the truth.
That's
like
true.
Men don't
Truth, T.I.
have the same ability to be delusional that women can. Women have the privilege of saying I'm spiritual. Like as a man, if you say you're spiritual, that's cool, assuming you're somebody first. So you got to live in reality, then choose
Like
to go
Russell
into that realm.
Brand. He's cool because he makes money and he's spiritual.
The point is that you got to live in reality first, and then decide if you want to go the spiritual route. As a woman, you don't have to. You can just be in the spiritual world all the time and use horoscopes and all this other stuff.
But for me, the man can have two. But for example, you are a successful.
You're missing a big point, though.
You are a successful guy with your company or your business. I don't know what you do, but
You're on the show. You don't even know what he does. You're on the show right now.
It's example. I don't want to unrespect you. This is example.
Myron, what do you do again?
What do you do, Myron?
What is it that you do exactly?
Whose podcast is this?
Okay.
I'm confused.
7-Eleven, guys. 7-Eleven.
Everybody hold hands real
I don't
quick.
even gotta say things sometimes.
The spirits are with us. It's everybody hold hands. It's all good. Let's get back to my question. Okay.
I had one more.
Yeah, go.
One more. And then you said harmful. Why harmful?
Because I don't think that you guys' reality is the real reality out of this Miami City and the podcast itself.
I think that's true. I think that is actually true. I don't think that Miami is the outlook of the rest of the U.S. I'm pretty sure you can go to somewhere in Nevada, Nebraska or something, and it would not be that scene. I think the most hypergamous women are in Miami. That is no lie. And that's because that's where all the money is. That's where all the drugs is. That's where the life, that's where celebrities are. It just brings that type of lifestyle. And if you're a woman, all you gotta do is be good looking, and celebrities will do whatever the fuck they can to try to nail you. That's just a fact.
Typically.
I don't think that the advice that you guys are giving is, or some advice is good. Some advice like getting your shit together, like getting a job, working hard, working out, those things are great. But when it comes to relationship advice, I don't agree.
Okay, what do you disagree with
He's
specifically?
direct.
What I disagree with specifically, I don't think that trying to build up men by very, very shallow things like getting money or having that car or having this sort of image.
But you just said a second ago that building yourself up is good.
Yeah, it is for yourself, but not for just attracting other people out there. Because in that case, let's say that you lose all those things, there's just no way that your partner in that case is going to stay with you. She should be with you for you and your interest. And
Melina, if you're married to Destiny, shout out to Destiny. If Destiny was broke and 300 pounds, would you be in love with him?
I would be in love with him, yes.
Bullshit.
I mean, you could say that,
Stop.
but I mean, I'm being honest. No, I'm fully honest with you.
I'm not saying.
Yes.
that if he lost his money now and something happened to him now, you'd stick by your man. Respect, right?
Yes, yeah,
I'm
because I
saying
love
if
him
you
for the
met
things that's not the
Destiny-
shallow things, and
I'm
that's
saying
what
if
I
you
think
met
you guys
Destiny-
should. I think you guys
Answer the
should try
question.
to
Here it
build
is.
up
Stop the
people
cap.
in that way. Yeah.
If you met Destiny and he was 300 pounds and he had 0 subscribers on YouTube and he's like, I'm gonna be a gamer, you would have not given him a second chance.
Of course I would. Because there are things. I like him for his opinions.
so pretty,
I like
but
him for
you're
the way he
capping,
is.
beautiful.
His
Like-
humor.
Okay.
I like him for his intelligence. That's the things that I love him for.
So does intelligence pay the bills? Intelligence and his heart?
Because it's you. It's the
But
personality.
that's
it's
what
not your
pays the bills.
It's not your money.
So if you're homeless and you have no car and no house, nothing to feed the kids, I don't know if you have any.
Why do you want
but
to
you're
go
gonna
to
be
like the most extreme examples?
Because
I'm
this
telling you
is
that.
not extreme.
Wait,
This
are you going to argue for like what I'm attracted to? I'm not attracted to people that have cars and money. That's not what I'm attracted to. Because people like you who are only attracted to those things, you would ditch your guy right away.
My
Of
guy
course
makes
you would.
less than me,
But
way
why
less
in
than
that
me.
case? Yeah, but why the fuck are you arguing and saying that I would leave it? Because if you're the same as
Women
me.
look for men that
Ooh, I am thinking that woman is an INJ. She's coming off like an INJ. I'm not sure which one. She possibly could be an ESTP.
have resources
You started
that can
going
be
crazy
present,
here.
But clearly
provide,
you don't.
protect.
You just told me that you're not, right?
Now I'm only darling.
Yo, so you're gonna tell me how I feel?
Okay, I understand where you're coming from.
Okay,
You're saying
okay.
like the cars and the money, whatever. Cool, that might not be as attractive to you, but it's important, right, for the guy to have it. I've
To
always
have stability and like your
Yeah,
bonds
because-
with
I think
you,
what they're just arguing the wrong thing here. Basically, what happens is if you got your shit together, it allows you to get your foot in the door. But I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. That probably won't work long term if you think that that's all a woman's going to need long term. That shit's not gonna fucking work. Okay, you're gonna need to work on yourself. You're gonna need to learn how to compromise. You're gonna have to learn when to stand up. You have to learn a fucking host of things.
Yes, I do agree with
the
those.
thing that women never want to admit is that, and I've
Talking
said
about
this
people
like
want again. That's any. Come on, Myron.
times. You know, all girls are gold diggers. Some are just better at hiding the shovel. And what I mean by that, right,
That's
is
a metaphor. So that'd be an abstraction. And he hit one earlier too.
you got the girl that's
Talking about women and don't know their future until they buy drinks. When they gotta buy drinks for themselves, that was another
says, I
abstraction.
want ambition or I want drive, blah blah blah.
Talking
Just
about
code
people
term for
want
it.
again. That's any. All right, we're closing them out for any. He's definitely any user here. Okay. SINE. So we're looking at a SINE TIFE user. So what's still on the board is ENTP is on the board. Okay, INTP. Okay, ISFJ. Okay. What else is on the board? With TI, what's the last one? There's one more. Which one am I not seeing? ESFJ. There we go. Well, how did I forget that? Those are still on the board, okay?
The ability to procure resources for a later time for me. Or there's some girls that are overt about it. I got a big shovel, I need a guy that's a millionaire, etc., because I make money, or I deserve it. So yes, you can sit here and say I like him for him, but the thing is this, women typically just end at 10, but they don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The man
He's
has
talking about the progression there. That's progression. They don't do that, so that's
to
progression.
count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because he's not going to get to 10 and even be seen unless he has certain prerequisites. Only women
Prerequisites, that's systematic.
are loved under the condition that they provide no value. Men must provide value.
I don't.
That's just how it is.
I think that's how it is in Miami, yes. And like cities like this, I
Okay.
just
It's not just
but
in Miami.
outside-
Here's the thing. Okay, you know what?
I
Let's go with
probably
that.
lived in more countries and
Let's
cities
go
than
with
most
that.
of you guys.
So Miami?
I have a lot
Ooh.
of
So here in Miami, it's celebrated to have a big shovel and be overt about it. Okay? Maybe I go to Nebraska, whatever, and they have smaller shovels, but it does not change the fact that women still
I don't
want a
think
man
that's true.
that
it
can
seems
provide
like
resources.
People are dating within their area, job.
Okay, how about this?
School.
I've lived all
Ladies,
over the world. and
ladies,
it's the
real
same
quick.
shit everywhere.
How important is it for your man to actually not only just be financially stable, to be successful and have money? Go ahead.
For me, it's
Do
important.
not go on a
for sure.
diatribe. Just give the answer, please.
It's
How
important,
important?
but how you say is not the only thing that attracts me.
Okay.
You know.
So
But the key here is that they're not even going to give him a chance. There's plenty
He's initiating again.
of smart, cool homeless guys out there,
No
but they're
homeless.
invisible.
Look at the role that he plays versus Fresh. Fresh is primarily responding. He don't really have much to say.
Right.
Mine
So
is
it's
right
like
on top of
Homeless
it.
but don't have to be rich like
He's loving the debate.
you. Can be a normal guy.
Okay.
You'll date a normal guy?
Yeah.
Miss Entrepreneur?
Yeah.
5'8".
Yeah,
50,
he's a normal guy.
37 to 50K
He's not
per year.
rich like you.
How
And I
about
can
this?
date him.
Would any of you ladies?
Wait, so you'll date a guy that makes less money than you?
Say it again?
You'll date a guy that makes less money than you and has lower status than you?
We are the same.
No.
Okay. Would any of you ladies?
I think the truth behind it, if you've really been out here in the dating world and you know, man, I have seen broke dudes get more girls than dudes who got money. And it's simply because they got more fucking time than them. If you got a lot of time on your hands, then you can chase women left and right. If you don't have time on your hands, if you're an entrepreneur or you work, like myself, I work 48 hours at the hospital. I ain't got time to be chasing women like that. But I am very proficient at getting women, I'll tell you that much. But like I said, these broke dudes will be getting girls left and right because they have time and they're available. As in, like, people with a lot of money, they ain't got time, bro. You running the meeting. You ain't got really time to be out here blowing up a girl phone number or texting a girl phone number here or calling a girl here or being available. You're just not available. You may get better pickings, but the broke dudes out here crushing numbers. And I do mean crushing numbers. I probably got laid more when I was broke than I do now. Okay, so that should say enough. I remember one time, man, college years, oh my God, dude. I think, and if you think I'm lying, there was a month, I think I closed out 8 new girls in one fucking month. And if you think I'm lying, you're going to ask Christian Say that he's in our Facebook group.
Date a guy who makes significantly less than you?
No. Yeah. No.
You would?
No. I mean, I have.
You
been
would not?
Really tall.
Would
and had
you?
a huge
Hold
dick,
on. Would you?
No.
Would you?
Significantly less.
As long as he can protect and provide and I can support him, then the money doesn't matter as much. However, with that, typically to protect and provide, you need to make a certain amount.
Okay.
Correct.
Janelle, would you?
I mean, I have, like I said, but he was 6'8" with a huge dick, and so there's an exception.
All right.
I mean,
See, that's what I'm talking about. There's always an exception, dude. Like, dude, I have broke ass friends that be nailing girls left and right, dude. Broke ass friends. I've seen ugly motherfuckers do it. I have seen it all.
but I'm gonna tell you honestly, if you was not 6'8"
Voted on
and
it.
didn't have the biggest dick ever, I would say no, thank you, sir. You need to have some money and be successful.
And you also got to remember, no disrespect, she's a little bit older. So when you're older as a woman, you have to make concessions on what you're demanding.
Gotcha.
You can't demand as much as you get older.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for women.
Fair
So
enough.
I get what you're saying. You're saying
The
not all
demands
women are
change.
like that, blah blah blah. But the reality is,
I
all
think
women are
there
attracted
I think there's
to
better things
more
to come.
status,
There's
more
better
money,
advice. I think
more
there's better
strength.
advice.
So you're saying, for example, Destiny, not the fame, not the cars, it's the identity of who he is
Yes,
as a man.
his passions, his personality.
But would
his
you admit as
intelligence.
well
We
that
can talk about
to
it.
get to
The
that level,
chemistry, the chemistry,
you need to
yeah.
work on yourself as a man? So
What do you
his
say?
identity that you love, right? He had to work on it as a man.
Or like the chemistry he have, the intelligence that he has, the passions, the humor, all of those things. Not like how much money he's making. I don't care about that.
But those
Yeah,
things
yeah,
are really
but it does play a part, though.
and hard work. That's what I was gonna say. There's a difference between a guy who was like became a millionaire from inheriting it, or maybe he was just like a rich boy, versus someone who worked for it. Because those character traits they needed to exemplify in order to get that is someone who's a real man. Like that's why that is attractive. Not so much the money, but what they needed to build themselves into in order to achieve that. That's what's attractive.
100%. No
So ultimately,
entitlement.
he became the man that you love because he had to go through hardships and became successful over time. So those character traits that you
It's
saying
not about
earlier.
the success. It's like I would say the success of his passions.
You're
Like
missing
the
the
things
point.
that he.
Yeah,
things
but at
that
some
he
point,
loves
if
to
he
do,
lived in
the
his
things that
parents'
he's interested
basement, I
in.
don't care how smart he is, you're not gonna
Yeah,
accept
but in
that.
that case, you clearly have like a problem that you're not like you're in that case depressed or something. You don't have a drive in your life. Like you're not doing
Correct. So
anything.
that would be unattractive.
But it doesn't mean that someone. It doesn't mean that you need to make millions. Like it doesn't mean that at all.
Okay.
Just like if
I
you
mean,
have a
the
passion
reality is you
and
left
have
the
some
guy
sort
that
of
you were with
stability in your
before
life, then I
for
think it's great.
Destiny
This is
because
what I
Destiny
like.
had more status, he had more clout. If we're gonna be all the way 1,000 here,
Woo! He initiated again. He's initiating, dude. He's initiating. So we're down to 2 types here. Myron Gaines is initiating. Okay, he's initiating. So that's down. Those are gone. Okay, he's also informative. Okay, he's not direct. Okay, so we're down to these types, and we are almost done. We need one more progression or one more pragmatic statement. I could say that's pragmatic and go ahead and nail him for ENTP. So, I mean, it's pretty evident that this Myron Gaines is an ENTP.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean when, see, women say, like, and I need the audience to really, like, understand this, right? Like,
he's trying to get his TI across.
Besides, like, looking at the girls and be like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. I think men need to really, really understand and drill this in their head that women are going to say things that are politically correct to kind of massage and or
You're just
conceal.
not. Is there anything I could say to
talking.
change your mind?
Let him
Well,
talk.
I was talking too.
Yeah, like, my point is this, like, women are going to say certain things, but they're going to do opposite things, because if women were honest about the way that they actually mate select, it would be very bad and make them look very
If this, then that, that's TI.
poor, like, terrible people, because women typically do monkey branch to better guys, and your own mating practices have proven what I'm saying, that you went to a better guy that you had, and you did it overtly on a camera. Let's be honest here. If we're gonna be 1,000.
So there's absolutely nothing that I could say to change your mind to believe what I actually feel.
But what I'm saying is that Destiny was able to take you from that male because he was better in some regard.
Not because of his money and not because of his success.
He had more potential. Remember I said the whole shovel thing? Maybe you had a smaller shovel at that point, or you had a smaller shovel at that point, but you saw the potential and you're like, you know what? I can invest with this guy.
That's not how I felt at all, no.
Okay. We'll agree to disagree. All right, so Myron.
Ooh, that's not the way I
We're just getting
feel.
this thing started.
I'm going to say that woman might be an INTJ over there. I'm going to say it.
They do another.
I mean, you can tell me over and over again how I feel. I'm telling you the truth. Do you want to believe it or not?
No, I'm going off your actions on how you feel, because feelings change, but the
She's
actions
direct.
are there.
So,
Hold on. Linda,
Yeah?
question for you.
yeah.
Does Destiny fulfill you?
Yeah, of course.
So then, hold on. So then, why is it open?
Because we like to fuck around.
Prag.
I like
That woman's prag.
women. He doesn't have a pussy. Sadly, he's not a woman.
Pragmatic.
He's not a woman, and I
They
like
have an
women.
open relationship.
And I like women that's also fucking TEFI there, more FI on her.
Yep.
Your husband and yourself, it's 100%
You
open.
can try to put on your insecurities out there, that's fine, but I mean, you
Nah,
don't have
it's
to
not.
start talking about him.
It's crazy because he doesn't say the same about you though. But you attack him like that. Why?
I mean, open relationships are your women not enough for you, or because
was
you
your
have
question?
a one-sided open relationship, right?
Usually when women get defensive, they
Because you
attack you
said,
right away. But
right,
you never do the same.
that you love him for him,
Yeah,
and that's it.
yeah.
But if you did, why go somewhere else?
Get it fresh.
Well, why do you fuck other women?
No, because I want to, but you.
Yeah, because I want to.
No, you said earlier.
Does that mean that you don't
he
love your women?
fulfills you.
Does that mean
so
you
then
don't
you're,
love your
you're
partner?
satisfied, right?
Does that mean that you don't love your partner because you go out fucking other people?
For you, yeah.
No, for you. I'm
No,
asking
not for
you.
me, for you.
Yeah, I'm the same as you.
Because you said you're from
Fresh got her.
Literally the same as
Fresh got her. Fresh got her.
You said you're from
the
Philly.
same logic.
And I'm confused.
Do you understand that?
I definitely do.
Yeah.
Do you?
Women
Yeah,
always
of course
have a
I do.
double standard.
I don't know.
How is it a double standard when I have an open relationship, he also has an open relationship? So I don't understand. We're just pointing like the fucking Spider-Mans right
And
now.
real quick, it's like, yes, maybe open relationships are unproductive for most of
But
society.
what he's
but
saying here is that if you are so fulfilled by this guy, then why do you need to go sleep around with someone else in an open relationship? Yeah.
can't deny that individualism exists, and there are certain people who are happy in their certain setup, and maybe that has nothing to do with anyone else. Is
Just
that the
like you and
majority?
me.
No,
We're both
probably
happy.
not. But that still exists. We can't deny that doesn't exist, and it's like impossible. You know what I mean? So no one can really speak on Melina and Destiny's relationship except them. Ultimately.
I mean, we can, because she came
I
on
mean,
the
you can
panel.
make your assertions, but you could never actually say whether they're truly happy or not. We can make general assertions about whether or not a open relationship is going to be better or not for a relationship.
Do you guys fuck?
No, we do not at all. I would
You trying to
never
set
wanna
that
be-
up? Is that what you're trying to do? Trying to set that up?
Sounds like an interest statement.
Amy disagrees on
I would
most things that
personally
I have,
never want
okay?
to be in an open relationship. That would fuck me up mentally.
And I would never tell anyone to be in an open relationship either.
Everyone
mean-
has a different experience.
I mean, if we're gonna keep it 1,000, and I'm not talking about Destiny and her relationship, but in general.
We can talk about that
That's
all
what
night.
No, I'm not talking about that, but I'm saying in general.
She
Most
loves
women,
attention.
if they truly love their man, other men are invisible to them.
But it's the
That's
same
just
thing
how
for
it
you
is.
in that case too. That's true.
They wouldn't even, like, they're closed on their end at all times if they truly love, admire, and respect their man.
But that's why I asked you, does
Yeah,
it
but do you
actually
not love
fulfill
your
you?
partners
You
in
said
that
yes.
case? Do you not love your partners?
Huh?
You don't love your partners, like your girlfriends. You have several girlfriends, right?
So she doesn't understand that there's a difference between guys and women, or guys and women. So guys could still love their woman, but they will cheat just because of biological urges. But women, on the other hand, they don't tend to get those biological urges as much as guys, as long as the guy is fulfilling his needs as a man. So they'll most likely only see one guy there, because if he's fulfilling his role as a man, then they won't have that problem. But as guys, on the other hand, they just see a pretty girl, they want to see if they still got it. They just, it is what it is. But I feel like guys are gonna cheat, man. It is what it is. It's very unfortunate. You might get a guy who might not cheat, but nobody probably wants him, to be honest. But I do think the biggest thing, I think, is if you do something, you got to be honest and open, and don't bring no outside kids, no STDs, anything like that. I think that would be, or start paying for other women's stuff. I think that would be more cheating for guys. But yeah.
Or do you have one? Yeah, do you love it? Do you love your girlfriends? Ooh, I can hear them right now be crying out there, okay?
Here's the thing.
This is not a good thing.
Here's the thing. I have love for women, but I'm not going to fall in love with women.
Why is that? Because you fall in love with your bros?
No, because when you fall in love, that's when you start to become more emotional, more erratic. You want to have love for women, but never fall in love.
What is the point of a relationship if you're not?
Once you fall in love, you lose your ability to be a deductive problem solver.
Love and monogamy is a new concept.
As a guy, you have to constantly be in a leader.
Myron's talking about being vulnerable here. I think Myron's an Enneagram 8. Okay, I think he's an Enneagram 8. He doesn't like being vulnerable.
Leadership role. When you're in a leadership role, you can't afford to let emotions come in, which is a temporary feeling, to make permanent solutions.
It sounds like you're scared of showing your woman who you truly are in that case.
Well, here's the thing. In an ideal world, right, it'd be great to be able to open up and be emotional and get in my feelings, but
so
women
when
don't respect
find that woman, there
women
are
don't
women
respect
out there
that.
that do respect it.
Very
Not in
few.
Miami, but they are out there. I promise you.
They're in Miami too, by the way.
Okay.
Don't say it.
Next question. Here's the deal.
So obsolete, it doesn't exist.
Myron.
Yeah.
So funny. How we all feeling out there, by the way? Make some noise. We got Big Mo in the house. I see you, Mo.
Yo.
How much weight has Mo lost since he's been working with you guys?
Mo, you got a mic over there?
No, but 102.
Hey.
Respect to you.
When we met him.
By the way, we've got Chris over here. Shout out to Chris. We got Natalia over here. She's managing the chats. Okay. Natalia, what's the chat talking about right now? Are we reading super chats at some point?
Yes, we'll be reading super chats. I think we agreed on 20 and up. So I'll be reading them, going through them for everyone. But thank you all for tuning in today. Make sure you guys subscribe to Fresh and Fit, Valuetainment, do all that fun stuff. Because
all right, we're done
it's
here.
getting
Who's
spicy.
ENTP?
Haven't even touched
Enneagram
on
8.
Yeah. So Nat's going to be managing the chat, reading all the super chats, repeat all the super chats that are above.
All right, this is fun. I enjoyed actually reacting to it. I could have been done a lot faster, but it's kind of fun. Myron Gaines is Enneagram 8. Okay, he doesn't like being vulnerable. So we're gonna go with that. He's an ENTP. Okay, Enneagram 8. Okay. I would say he's 8W7, but same as me, but he's just an ENTP. ENTPs are initiating, they're abstract, they're systematic. If you didn't see how Myron was taking notes on everything, he talks about the system, the structure of everything. He's informative. He's just giving you a lot of extra information, allowing you to make decisions. He's pragmatic. He's progression. Okay. He's SINE and TIFE. Notice difference of how much he talked versus how much Fresh talked during the whole time. But if you like the content, please subscribe and comment below what you think about the assessment. Do you like what we did here? Do you disagree? Do you think he's Enneagram 8? Do you think he's Enneagram 5? I've seen case for him being Enneagram 5. I just think he always talks about being He doesn't want to be vulnerable. He doesn't want to show emotions. He doesn't want to go to that place. And generally, that's an Enneagram 8 or 3 thing. But the way to try to hide it so much and look like a puffy chest out and all that, that's going to be Enneagram 8. So, yeah, I got him down there for that. But this is Mongolian Mindset, and we are out. Take it easy. Have a great day.